Sachiko will go to Emilia's corpse and first look at the bite marks and see if she can learn anything, and then distract the David skin.
You start taking the skin off, and you also understand that it's the same bite that you saw on some of the corpses. It seems to have two separate mouths that it eats with at the same time. You find a little bit of, again, that same saliva as well. In this case, aids the connection of the electric current.
I give the skin to Cinder.
And Noel, if you were to look at the maps, you would be able to tell that the lever that has to do in the boiler room with the other boiler area could perhaps be tweaked to turn on the boiler room inside the pool, and just from it working on its own cause enough pressure for perhaps the ventilation system or the entire lockdown to have to stop.
Oh shit.
Then that's the fucking plan.
Nice.
Artemis is just going to be staring into the distance and saying, "Why was there a cat?"
The cat was Amelia's. She has...
Was the cat alive?
Yeah, it's alive.
Oh my god,
it is,
tame the cat.
But she apparently also has lovers and pets, so I'm pretty sure that cat is going to be the least of our discoveries.
So what? The cat wasn't a hallucination?
No, it wasn't.
No, it's up there and eaten.
And it was wearing David's skin.
She had essentially protected her cat.
That's so cute. I would totally do that as well.
It seems to me that Logan basically attacks people only on the back. With this bit of skin that we have, maybe if we can just have just one plate that covers the back of each of us, that would be good.
Here's another
Something
ridiculous
that-
idea for armor. What if the back of you was covered in rubber, so if you got knocked down during combat, you could either bounce back up or take no full damage? Or take...
Well, that's
What if-
not exactly what I was thinking.
What if I made an entire backplate made of rubber, and if I fall off a roof of a house, I take half damage?
My idea for the rubber was just to make it so that it grounds or does not conduct electricity.
I'm not sure if rubber is strong enough to prevent Logan's fangs from going into it and electrocuting us that way.
It would take a very thick layer of rubber.
Right.
We already have 2 armors, so we don't need armor for 2 people. Can you create a back armor for 2 people out of the skin we got from Emilia?
Yes.
Alright. What is the plan here, guys? What are we gonna do? Noel, do you want to get working on the lever?
Begin the levering process.
So Chico says, I think we should first protect everyone's backside. Then we should go to the pool and see what fun awaits us there.
Artemis will start getting to work on the back armor and offer Cinder to help.
That'll work. One of the senders is going to work on doing the back armor, and the other sender will help with that.
Sure. All right. The lever is done. It's now prepared, and you can use it whenever you want to. Just as he's done, Artemis and Cinder, you guys have yourselves 2 pairs of back armor, weapons at hand, and everyone's suited up. Noel, are you gonna pull the lever?
Yep, I go ahead and do that.
So it just goes, and then the lockdown breaks. The lids open, all the doors are now revealed. There's a welcome message with the same voice that you guys heard and were greeted by each separately.
No contamination. Welcome.
Sneaky peepers on standby.
It's just glimmering with beauty, and it's kept completely clean. Giant pool with lots of different places and dives. Very high ceiling. The jacuzzi is already warm and filled with water. All of it clean, seeming sterile.
Artemis will warn the group that he's going to turn his chip on.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Also, when this whole kerfuffle is over, Sachiko wants to piss inside the pool water so that it's not this sterile anymore.
Oh no, I like this pool.
Sterility is a bourgeois luxury. We don't abide by it in the New World.
You turn the chip on again, data flowing in. The hallucinations start to rise again. You see the pool completely filled with bodies of children, each tagged in different ways, all of them in hospital robes. And there are alarm lights blaring around, but again, they look kind of cartoony. There's a loud sound of an alarm. And this weird sound as if something airtight has been unsealed from behind you.
Can I get Noel to comfort me?
I will do this and show him whatever item he decided would ground him.
My sneaky peeper.
That's good, because you have bond with that item, right?
You look at your sneaky peeper, and with the aids of your dear friend Charles Manson, you get yourself out of that traumatic situation and into his grip, and everything around again disappears. You have a couple rounds of calm.
Alright, I'll look at the stick for a bit and then try again.
After you try again, when you're looking back now, you again see these sets of doctors, and you see this gangster-looking dude in very stereotypical ways, dressed like completely out of the theme for here. And you see them go onto an elevator and then go up again to the first floor.
Alright then, I shall turn the chip off for now.
Chip is off again.
And I should tell them what I saw.
I'm wondering if the gangster part is just pure hallucination. Adding or deleting certain facts and putting something else in its place.
We could test to see what Noel sees. I do have experience with my fair share of gangsters, so could just be in my mind.
That's not a bad idea. Are you up for that, Noel?
Alright.
Grab something. Do you have something to hold?
This bag of shit.
Yes,
Oh,
I will.
God.
Yes. I will huff the shit. The taste will remind me of home.
The chip is turned on for you. Again, that strong phosphorus smell, garlicky smell. This time, music coming on from upstairs. And on the side, a little bit of blood starting to flow on the ground, ooze out towards your leg from this dark pool.
With my hearing, am I able to locate where the music is coming from?
Far to the right and upstairs.
Actually, I want to use Avid Tripper and I want to inspect the blood.
The blood is still warm, and all of you can see he goes and touches the jacuzzi. And it seems to be coming from the girl on the ground next to you, who has sliced her wrists from end to end. You see just different drug paraphernalia. The music from upstairs gets louder, and you can hear people calling to you to come up.
I actually want to inspect the drug paraphernalia, obviously.
Every single drug you have ever known in your life is there. However, cartoony and without correct detail. It's almost as if you feel like you know that when you look at the drugs, then your mind is filling in the blanks.
Does that tell me that whoever is projecting the hallucinations has no knowledge of drugs?
Yes, you think they have no knowledge of drugs.
I want to start walking towards the stairs, and hopefully someone will follow me while I'm doing this.
Does anyone?
I do.
Artemis.
Yeah.
I was really hoping everyone was like, fuck that, let him go.
All right, everyone's following you. The music gets louder, gets more cheerful, and you see someone being lowered. Two different guys from side to side holding onto the legs of this guy dressed in white, slowly down from the stairway, holding a disco ball in his hands. Dear demigod, no, we're here for you. Holds a beer bottle in front of you as they pull him up. Woo!
Don't we get anything? Me and Cinders?
None. Keep in mind, again, you guys haven't even really gotten too close over to the pool that you opened. Like, you didn't go deeper into it.
Can I see up the stairs or to where it leads to with my big sight?
Sure, but you can just basically see the ceiling, and you can see just lots of people gathered around, all again wanting you to come up. Up! And the music stuck.
That was really good.
It was.
Thank you.
I want to use sense assured to try and drown out any distractions from the hallucinations and see if I can notice anything about the room with good inspection.
The problem is you can't go there because you need to be lifted. Like even Artemis had to be lifted, Din had to use the sneaky peeper.
Also, I think I should have mentioned that Kevin also tried to convince me to go into a certain place really, really hard.
Then I think it's time to turn the link off.
That is a very good idea.
I'm enjoying this shit. This is just another drug to me.
No, yeah, this is fucking dope.
This is what I want. This is just free drugs. This is the first time anyone's ever given me something for free in this whole campaign. You fuckers.
It's the only monster that Noel doesn't run away from, instead runs to.
Can't we tame him?
Okay. We are at a point that we can explore. Do we want to do that together in the same order, or do we want to split up? I worry about the second option.
But I shall go just use forensics near the pool to start with, because I'm not too far away from you guys, I guess.
Absolutely nothing. Fucking sterile. You can find traces of Noel having stepped close. And the chip is off, but you get a little bit of garlicky smell. Just a little bit.
Alright.
Can I also use forensics on the water itself?
Cleaned in an array of ways. One is UV cleaning. The other is actually traces of, now that it's refilled, now it has traces of the same type of filtering that you think is done by an organ in the house and has some traces of Norman in it. You know that it has gone through an organ that cleanses, you think, the water intake for the entire house.
Now, Artemis can't swim, correct? I'm gonna have to make a little noodle, a pool noodle.
Is this water drinkable?
Yeah, definitely.
That is wonderful.
Not for long. Can I just piss into the water now?
No, please don't.
Why not?
Because we don't have very much drinking water.
Because Noel needs that for you to huff. I mean, for him to huff.
I think we've reached a point where it's like, I will drink piss, and I've done worse so far already, so... I mean...
I have a very high suspicion that the organs in the pool would clean my piss too anyway.
On the off chance it doesn't, though.
I don't care. I just want to make a symbolic protest. I'm pissing inside the water and I'm seeing what's going to happen.
All right, you start.
All right, I shall try to find the garlicky smell a bit closer.
The Chico follows him after she's done pissing inside the water.
You guys go around the pool. There are different levels of height for you to jump into the pool. It seems like a whole, basically, water park-like
Is there
facility.
a section for people who can't swim, like Artemis, like a little kiddie bit?
Yes, there is. There are lots of places to be seated, just like a beach aesthetic to them. And the closer again you get to the right side, to the right end, the stronger the garlicky smell is getting, but it's still very faint.
All right. I shall tell people my sniffing senses, and I shall also turn the chip on, warning everyone. And sitting down first, so I'm not gonna fall in the fucking pool.
Suddenly you feel like you're hearing a completely different ambience. Just soft sounds of a river going by behind you. There's a body in front of you, and someone beside you is writing something in a notebook. So, anything new, detective?
Yes, I need you to wipe my ass.
Just scruffs. You and your jokes. Taking more notes, looking at the...
What was your name, Detective Sergeant?
Corporate Lawman.
Uh-huh. Does he look like Mr. Lawman?
No.
You're lying.
Drop the pen and paper, run around the river, goes out, and again, where you would think in real-world map would be going to run up the stairs away from you. You will never catch me!
Artemis just begins laughing and sitting around. He won't turn the chip off, he's just going to be sitting there, waiting for more things to try to tempt him up the staircase.
Cinder's just gonna go up near Artemis and see if she can get any of the phosphorus. So.
Faint aftertaste of this garlicky phosphorus type smell.
Is the amplifier still around?
The amplifiers are stashed and cataloged with the rest of the items, but can be brought from the shelter.
Yeah, so I guess you guys could use that if you did want to get the experience too. You might be able to compare it to your experience with Logan. I mean, Kevin.
That's not a bad idea at all.
Noel, you would understand that Alice might be tripping slightly as well due to the collar.
The Chico uses medic on Artemis and also her knowledge of monsters and insight and every fucking thing that might help, and tries to see if she can gain any knowledge about what the monster is actually doing to Artemis doing this.
You believe that Artemis is currently getting his morale lowered less than other times, but might be falling into a false sense of security.
She shares the knowledge with Cinder, who's standing next to them, and says, "Do you think we should try to get him out of this particular hallucination?"
During this, I want to assess everyone else, by the way, and just take a moment and think, do you look fucked up?
You assess everyone. You and Trainer Cinder would be the ones finding out that Alice is being affected more than the rest of you, but still much less than Artemis.
I throw a high five out of respect to Cinder. She can handle her drugs.
She's actually going to take the collar off of Alice for a while, and she's going to put the collar on.
You put the collar on. Artemis, you see the guy running up, and then police cars seem to follow him past, and then some of them stop. "Detective, you coming with us?"
Tries to imagine a beer in his hand, holds it up and says, "No thanks, I'm good, off duty."
This, Sachiko, is the part where you feel like it's weird. Artemis in real life raises his knee up, pushing his foot up in the air near the pool, and gestures as if he's holding a beer up, and then drops the leg down again. Cinder, as you put the collar on, you start to feel different sensations, but very mildly, with a tingle around your neck and then goes down throughout your entire body. And then you feel like you're getting paralyzed. You feel like you can't feel your limbs as well.
She'll start moving.
You just hear more and more of this sudden impact and loud sound that's in your ear. It seems to be like a sound clip that's played only a bit of it is played, only a second of this sound clip is played. And the more you try to move, the more of it seems to play. Just the more you try to move, it's like...
Interesting. If I move fast enough, would the whole sound clip play?
You start moving. Sachiko, you see Cinder running across the pool area, and as you do, you're going towards the staircase, but you yourself don't feel it. You're just right there, stuck in place, and you can hear it. And then sudden thought on the ground, and this loving father figure starting to whisper something, apparently trying to get you to eat something, and crying. Sounds a little like Norman.
Interesting.
The rest of you, does anyone follow that Cinder? The two other Cinders can see this as well.
Yeah.
So Sachiko goes toward her, and if suddenly removing the collar wouldn't give her, I don't know, a huge mental shock or something, then I would remove the collar.
You remove the collar.
Then I want to wear it myself.
All right.
I love this. We're all fighting and trying our best to just all get into this hallucination because they're just so tempting and interesting, and we're all thinking, oh, maybe there's something behind it. Maybe it means something.
I turn my chip on. Can I hear her thoughts? Can I read her mind with this?
You can read her thoughts to a very basic degree, so there would be very, very slight bits of communication that can be done, similar to with the mother. You turn on the chip, and you can communicate with her. But the phosphorus smell is getting in the way, and some hallucinations are starting to form. For a second, everything goes dark for you, but then when it comes back, everything is still there. Anything you want to do?
I want to tell everyone that everything just went dark, but also I'm unaware if I should leave the chip on because it's interesting.
anyone who isn't hallucinating would hear, "Guys, I know where he is. He's upstairs."
Thank you, buddy.
That's amazing.
What? What if he is upstairs? What if... I'm going to turn off the chip and immediately begin attempting to trip sit myself to gain some clarity on what's going on.
Just as you turn off the chip, you realize you weren't looking in the direction you thought you were looking. Currently, your whole problem with this is you still feel like you might be tripping. That's your only fear. You don't know if you have come back to reality or not. That's how your morale is fucking you up.
Wait. I've got a fucking idea. I
What
got
is
a
it?
big brain idea here. Whoever's projecting these hallucinations doesn't know about drugs, so they couldn't project the type of drugs I had to fill it on my own. That means if I ask someone a question that only the real one of them knows, then he won't be able to give me an answer and my brain will fill in something stupid instead. What does my breath smell like, Cinder?
I mean, shit.
Fucking correct.
Keep in mind, if that question was asked when you had the chip on, the answer wouldn't have been so different because your own mind knows the answer to it as well. You should have asked something with their proficiency so that they could answer something more complex than your own brain could come up with. And Sachiko, again, the phosphorus smell starts to rise in your nostrils and nothing seems different.
I want to look toward the staircase.
A ladder that goes up, and upstairs it seems like one of the Polish mafia armories.
Why would that particularly tempt me to go off?
So far it doesn't.
I look at the poolside.
You see there Artemis, and your insight would tell you 100% he had been pretending to not be Arthur all this time. You can see that smug look, but still suddenly turn into trying to act dumb for you when you look at him, look at Arthur there, raping the mutated Alice as you knew was his fetish all along.
Oh no.
Succ, without saying any words, drops the collar on the ground, and then she goes to the pool and begins puking in it.